welcome you into Childress Field-Hinnon Stadium, Cullowhee, North Carolina. Southern Conference Baseball on ESPN. As today, the Western Carolina Catamounts, 1-3 on the year, try to fortify the home field as they take on the Maryland Terrapins out of the Big Ten Conference. Hello everyone, Daniel Hooker and our entire ESPN crew here. Glad to have you tuned in. Maryland had their midweek game postponed. They'll play it next week against Delaware at home. But again, they traveled to Charleston, South Carolina last week, took 2 out of the 3 in their opener. Again, high expectations. 34-win team a year ago, trying to get above that this year are the Terrapins under head coach Coach Swope. For Western Carolina, picked up their first win in the midweek, knocking off USC Upstate, a team that's among the top favorites in the Big South Conference. And for the Catamounts, 4 games deep into the year, it's a trio of newcomers pacing the Catamount offense. Freshman Jalen Jones and Trey Spees batting .500 and .400 respectively. Again, small sample size here in the early going. But how about Jalen Jones, who went for 3 extra base hits in his home debut, 2 doubles, a triple, and he leads the Catamounts in RBI. Also, newcomer center fielder Braden Korn has been an outstanding start for Western Carolina out in center field. So, the Catamounts today will turn to Dusty Revis and try to get things going and win the home opener on the weekend as they take on the Maryland Terrapins. It's the Terrapins and the Catamounts. Western Carolina taking on Maryland. We'll have all the action for you here on ESPN as we continue. It's the Catamounts and the Terps on the other side of this quick timeout from Childress Field-Hinnon Stadium in beautiful Cullowhee, North Carolina on a Friday afternoon. Western Carolina will turn to their starter, Dusty Revis, today, the junior out of Marion, North Carolina, making the transition from reliever a season ago. 7-1 record out of the bullpen last season. Did make a couple of starts, but the bulk of his work came from the bullpen. Moving to the starting lineup, you see what he's done. Again, small sample size. Neither one of these pitching coaches have decided to use or tax their bullpen much. Back to their bullpen as we go to the 9th inning, and they'll turn it over to second-year reliever Griff Guinther. 6 foot 190, the sophomore from Roswell, Georgia, making his 3rd appearance on the year. Inning in the 3rd so far against spot relief. A couple of strikeouts of hitless, scoreless relief. Has put a runner aboard on an HBP, but that's been the extent of it. Guinther, again, changed his arm slot this year. They moved him down a little bit more. He was kind of 3/4, almost sidearm. At times a year ago, had the ability to go down there, and Dusty White said, let's put you down there almost full-time. And Mason Holton, you see there, 4 and White. That'll be tomorrow's starting pitcher for the Catamounts, a starting 3rd baseman today. Talk about Guinther again in his 2nd season for Western Carolina. Made 15 appearances a year ago. And through 14 total innings, 13 strikeouts against 9 walks as a true freshman. First pitch, ground ball through the left side, and Maryland will have the tying run aboard. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 runner aboard. Again, that's a great job by Chris Hakopian, taking that mentality of the first pitch I'm going to see might be the best. Scored in the 7th, been aboard a couple of times today. Top 9, 1-run game, and Guinther misfires outside for ball 1. And 8-7, Catamounts in front. First hit allowed by Guinther this year on the Hakopian single. That one's fouled heavy, left-hand side, will drift and be well off the playing surface. So for Hollis Porter in the transfer from Pearl River Community College. Recruited to Mississippi State. Lifted towards left. Cole Jones is there and will have the grab for out number 1. So a dangerous hitter retired on the fly ball to left field. Calarco, he's got 5 RBI. A couple of singles, a double, and a grand slam home run. And a great opportunity here to try to put his squad back in front once again. First pitch outside, ball 1. Alex Calarco is seeing it like a beach ball here early on in this year. Long shadows, again, lights are on, have not yet taken full effect as the sun is still outside, foul tipped. Calarco was out in front of that one, was way out in front on a breaking ball. Tried to slow the swing mid-swing and unable to do so. So Calarco, 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped him up, shallow center. Continues to carry, and now will chase Bradencorn back, tagging from first and trying to get into second. Will. That'll move Chris Sakopian out to second base on the fly ball out to center. It's great base running by Chris Sakopian. Just smart baseball. In from a baseball family. I know if his folks aren't here, they're definitely tuned in. As Aiden Hill, runner at second with 2 outs. You know Chris Sakopian will run at the crack of the bat. First pitch misses for ball 1. 4 ball 1. In the 1-0. That one runs in. I think it caught him on the elbow. And that'll be an HBP. So that'll put 2 men aboard. It's very close to, thought from initially from the backside, maybe it might be one to look at for a potential swing. But you can see there, easily determined was not. Again, an oar came on for Liam Wilson. And I thought, you see clearly not a swing, but clearly an HBP. And Liam Wilson went trip of the season. 3rd game played, they've all been in relief. He has a walk. Takes a slider in there for a called strike. Big spot for Jacob Orr. And the senior out of Frederick, Maryland. 0-1. Swing and a miss. And the count's quickly 0-2. Guinther's gone straight. Breaking ball is outside. A little bit of movement. And Chris Sakopian, Potomac, Maryland product out of Winston Churchill High School. You see him in the foreground. Wants to get a chance to run. 0-2. Popped him up left-hand side. Drifting back is Trent Turner. He settles under, and the Catamounts will rally after a grand slam home run at the top of the 7th. Will rally from down 4 to take game 1 by a count of 8-7. 8 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for the Western Carolina Catamounts, 7 runs, 10 hits and 3 errors on the board for the Terps, and what sets the stage for an exciting 3-game set between Western Carolina and the Maryland Terrapins. Series all-time, now dead even at 1 win apiece. In 2012, the Terps got the win. 2025, Western Carolina celebrates their first victory in this overall series. Game 2 tomorrow right here at Childress Field Hinnon Stadium. We'll have first pitch at 2 p.m. as the Catamounts open up their first Friday game with a win and are able to rally back with a 5-run bottom half of the 7th inning. Trent Turner, one of the heroes for the Catamounts, as he comes through with a 3-run home run, an RBI single. He drove in 4. Catamounts get just enough defense, and pitching at the end will strand a couple of base runners as, again, both teams left 9 on base. The grand slam homer by Calarco. He stayed hot with the Catamounts. Thanks to Hayden Freese and company, a 5-run 7th, able to get the win. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We'll see you tomorrow. Daniel Hooker saying so long from Cullowhee.